Your cells are aging right now, and the solution isn't in a lab. It never was. While the beauty industry spent decades perfecting packaging, traditional healers across Asia, Africa, and the Middle East were sitting on plants that modern science is now proving can literally reprogram your cells to behave younger. Today, I'm giving you 20 of them, ranked, explained, and backed by real research. Number 14 is so powerful, NASA studied it. Number 7 extended lifespan by nearly 30% in laboratory studies. You ready? Let's go. Number 1, green tea. 4,000 years. That's how long cultures across Asia have been drinking this and living remarkably long, remarkably vibrant lives. And Western science spent decades dismissing it as just a beverage. Now the same scientists are calling it one of the most potent anti-aging compounds ever studied. The plant itself contains catechins, and the standout among them is a compound called EGCG. What EGCG does inside your body is nothing short of remarkable. It doesn't wait for damage to happen. It actively seeks out and neutralizes free radicals before they get the chance to attack your DNA, degrade your proteins, or break down your cell membranes. But green tea goes even further than that. Its polyphenols trigger your body's own repair systems, switching on the genes that produce enzymes your cells use to rebuild and protect themselves. Every cup is essentially sending a signal to your biology that says, stay young, keep going. And the telomere research is particularly compelling. Telomeres, those tiny protective caps on your chromosomes, shorten as you age. People who drink green tea consistently show measurably longer telomeres than those who don't. Longer telomeres mean younger cells, and younger cells mean a younger you, no matter how many years are on the clock. Number 2, turmeric. This golden root has been sitting in spice cabinets across the world, completely underestimated, while scientists have been producing over 15,000 studies on its primary compound, curcumin. 15,000! That number alone should stop you in your tracks. What makes curcumin so extraordinary is that it doesn't pick a lane. It goes after aging from every angle at once: inflammation, oxidative damage, mitochondrial decay, senescent cells, the ones researchers call zombie cells, the ones that stop working but refuse to die and quietly release toxins that deteriorate healthy tissue around them. Curcumin dismantles all of these aging processes simultaneously. There's even a scientific term for the slow internal inflammation that drives aging: inflammaging. And curcumin is one of the only natural compounds that can match pharmaceutical anti-inflammatories in potency without a single dangerous side effect. It activates longevity genes, it protects the mitochondria that power every cell in your body, and it crosses the blood-brain barrier, meaning it's protecting your cognitive health at the same time it's working on everything else. Populations where turmeric is a daily staple consistently show lower rates of cognitive decline and age-related disease. That is curcumin doing exactly. Number 3, ginseng. There's a reason emperors guarded this root like treasure. They may not have understood the biochemistry, but they experienced the results. And modern science is now explaining the mechanisms behind what those rulers already knew. Panax ginseng contains compounds called ginsenosides that function as true cellular adaptogens. They help your body maintain youthful performance under pressure, physical, emotional, and biological. Chronic stress is one of the fastest-acting accelerants of aging there is, and ginsenosides directly regulate cortisol, the stress hormone that, when left unchecked, shortens telomeres, disrupts hormones, and accelerates cellular deterioration at the genetic level. Beyond stress, ginseng improves mitochondrial efficiency, sharpens mental clarity, and strengthens immune function in ways that are well documented in clinical literature. Even dermatology research confirms it. Ginsenosides stimulate collagen synthesis and measurably improve skin elasticity. Traditional medicine gave it the name root of immortality. Science gave it a different name, cellular rejuvenation compound. They're both talking about the same reality. Number 4, ginkgo biloba. 270 million years on this planet. That's how long the ginkgo tree has been surviving everything the Earth could throw at it: ice ages, volcanic events, mass extinctions. And the compounds stored in its leaves contain clues about how it kept surviving. For humans, what ginkgo does most powerfully is combat one of the most quietly damaging aspects of aging: the gradual decline in circulation to the brain. As blood flow decreases with age, everything follows. Memory slips, processing speed slows, mental sharpness fades. Ginkgo reverses this trajectory by improving microcirculation and shielding blood vessels from oxidative damage. Studies in older adults consistently show real, measurable improvements in memory recall, reaction speed, and sustained mental focus. And the antioxidant benefits aren't limited to the brain. Ginkgo protects cells throughout the entire body, from cardiovascular tissue to eye health to skin integrity. A tree that outlasted every mass extinction in Earth's history has something to teach us about longevity. We should probably pay attention.
Number 5. Aloe vera. The ancient Egyptians didn't call this the plant of immortality by accident. Cleopatra didn't include it in her daily ritual out of coincidence. This succulent, found in deserts all over the world, contains over 75 active compounds: vitamins, minerals, enzymes, amino acids, and polysaccharides, working in coordination in ways that science is still fully mapping out. What aloe does that synthetic skincare cannot replicate is work from the inside of the skin outward. It penetrates deep into dermal tissue and wakes up fibroblasts, the cells responsible for manufacturing collagen and elastin. Fibroblast activity naturally slows with age, and that slowing is directly responsible for sagging skin and deepening lines. Aloe doesn't cover these signs of aging. It addresses the source of them. Clinical studies confirmed that asamanin, a key polysaccharide in aloe, improves skin elasticity and visibly reduces wrinkle depth. Internally, it supports digestion, regulates blood sugar, and provides antioxidant coverage throughout the entire body. Aloe thrived in some of the harshest places on Earth by developing extraordinary internal defenses. When those defenses meet your cells, the results are real. Number 6. Pomegranate. No plant on this list has been revered by more ancient civilizations than the pomegranate. The Greeks wrote it into their mythology. Persian culture elevated it to a symbol of immortality. And it turns out, generations of poets and philosophers were pointing at something biologically true. Inside pomegranate are compounds called elegitannins. When you eat them, your gut microbiome converts them into urolithin A, and urolithin A does something that very few natural compounds can do. It triggers mitophagy, the cellular process that clears out old, broken-down mitochondria and replaces them with fresh ones. Your mitochondria are your cell's power source. When they deteriorate, energy production falls, free radical output rises, and aging accelerates, visibly and internally. Pomegranate essentially orders your cells to take out the trash and start fresh. Clinical studies in aging adults show real improvements in muscle strength, physical endurance, and mitochondrial health markers. Cardiovascular benefits layer on top: arterial flexibility, reduced vascular oxidative stress, healthier blood pressure readings. Entire civilizations called this fruit sacred. We now understand the science behind.
Number 7. Blueberries. Small berry, enormous impact. Blueberries contain some of the highest concentrations of anthocyanins of any food on Earth, and these pigments do something remarkable once inside your body. They cross the blood-brain barrier and concentrate directly in the areas of the brain responsible for memory formation and learning. Studies show that consistent blueberry consumption can meaningfully slow age-related cognitive decline, and in some cases reverse it. Animal research showed lifespan extensions of nearly 28%. That's not a rounding error. That's a biological signal that something profound is happening. The mechanisms are well understood. Blueberry compounds activate autophagy, the cellular self-cleaning process that breaks down and removes damaged components before they cause further harm. They reduce inflammatory activity in the brain. They protect DNA from damage and help preserve telomere length over time. Cardiovascular benefits are equally strong: better arterial function, reduced blood pressure, and protection of blood vessels from oxidative wear. Fresh, frozen, or powdered, the benefits are consistent. Cellular rejuvenation, available in every supermarket on the planet. Number 8. Peppermint. This one surprises people every time. The herb in your tea, in your cooking, in your medicine cabinet, the one you've probably never thought of as an anti-aging powerhouse, turns out to be working at the level of your stem cells. Mentha piperita contains rosmarinic acid and a range of polyphenols that activate longevity pathways and protect cells from the oxidative stress that breaks them down over time. What recent research found is that peppermint extracts directly influence aging markers in stem cells, the cells your body uses to repair and regenerate tissue. When stem cells age, your healing capacity declines with them. Peppermint slows that process down and helps those systems keep functioning younger. The menthol compounds also stimulate circulation throughout the body, which matters more than most people realize. Better blood flow means nutrients reach cells more efficiently and cellular waste is cleared more effectively. That's foundational to staying biologically young. The antioxidant power of peppermint rivals herbs people spend serious money on. And it's been in your kitchen the whole time. Most of these plants have been. We just stopped seeing them.
Number 9. Thyme. If someone told you yesterday that thyme was one of the most exciting anti-aging herbs in current scientific research, you probably wouldn't have believed them. Today, that changes. Thymus vulgaris, and Shirazi thyme in particular, is being studied as one of the most effective anti-senescence plants ever examined. Senescent cells are the ones researchers have started calling zombie cells. They've stopped dividing, they've stopped contributing, but they haven't died. Instead, they release a constant stream of inflammatory signals that corrode the healthy tissue around them and set off an accelerating chain of aging. Thyme contains thymol, carvacrol, and rosemarinic acid, compounds that go after these zombie cells with targeted specificity. Research shows measurable reductions in senescence markers, and emerging evidence suggests thyme may even stop healthy cells from entering the senescent state in the first place. Beyond that, thyme strengthens immune function, increasingly important as the immune system naturally weakens with age, and delivers antioxidant protection that reaches your skin, heart, and cellular environment throughout the body. The herb that preserved food for centuries is preserving something far more valuable. Number 10. Ashwagandha. 3,000 years of use in Ayurvedic medicine, an ancient system that watched this root work across generation after generation, and now modern pharmacology is finally catching up. Withania somnifera contains withanolides, a class of compounds that take on aging from multiple fronts simultaneously: stress regulation, hormonal balance, cognitive protection, cellular repair, all at once. Here's what makes this so critical. Stress isn't just an emotional experience, it's a biological one. Chronically elevated cortisol shortens telomeres, suppresses immune function, disrupts hormone production, and accelerates every measurable hallmark of cellular aging. Ashwagandha doesn't mask stress, it recalibrates the body's entire response to it, bringing cortisol back to levels where repair and regeneration can actually happen. Studies document improvements in muscle mass, endurance, hormone levels, and sleep quality in aging adults who use it consistently. Cognitive benefits are equally strong: sharper memory, reduced anxiety, better processing speed, and ashwagandha stimulates DHEA production, a hormone that falls sharply with age and directly influences how vital, energized, and youthful your body feels. This herb attacks aging on every front, because aging itself shows up on every front.
We're halfway through and things are about to get even more interesting. If you're learning something real today, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and share this with one person who needs to know this stuff. And drop a comment. I want to know which plant you are most excited about. Let's keep going. Number 11. Amla. In Ayurvedic medicine, certain substances are classified as rasayanas, a word that roughly translates to that which promotes life and rejuvenation. Amla sits at the very top of that list, has for centuries, and the biochemistry behind it is extraordinary enough to explain why. Emblica officinalis carries one of the highest natural concentrations of vitamin C found in any plant on Earth. But what separates amla from every synthetic vitamin C supplement is its own polyphenols, which prevent that vitamin C from oxidizing inside the body. The result is a bioavailability that manufactured alternatives simply cannot match. And vitamin C, when truly available to your cells, is essential. It drives collagen synthesis, shields DNA from oxidative damage, and maintains telomere integrity in ways that show up in clinical measurements. Skin research confirms measurable improvements in elasticity and a reduction in hyperpigmentation with consistent amla use. Traditional knowledge about amla's effects on hair, slowing premature graying, supporting growth and thickness, is now being validated in research settings. Internal benefits reach blood sugar regulation, liver health, and immune resilience. Thousands of years of reverence, fully justified. Number 12. Licorice root. Here is a fascinating pattern in the history of medicinal plants. Ancient Chinese physicians, Ayurvedic practitioners, and Egyptian healers, three civilizations separated by thousands of miles and centuries of time, all independently identified this root as profoundly healing. When completely unconnected cultures arrive at identical conclusions, it's almost always because something real is happening inside the plant. Glycyrrhiza glabra elevates glutathione in the body, one of the most important internal antioxidants you have, and one that declines measurably with age. For skin, glabridin, a compound unique to licorice, blocks excess melanin production, directly targeting the age spots and uneven tone that accumulate over years of sun exposure. It also supports adrenal function, the hormonal system responsible for managing your stress response, and declining adrenal health is one of the most underappreciated drivers of hormonal aging. Licorice addresses that quietly and naturally, without the complications of synthetic intervention.
Number 13. Evening primrose. Most people encounter this name and move on without a second thought. That's a mistake. Here's what's actually happening in your body as you age. Your capacity to produce gamma-linolenic acid, the fatty acid your skin uses to maintain its moisture barrier and regulate cellular inflammation, gradually disappears. As GLA declines, skin becomes visibly thinner, significantly drier, and far more susceptible to the lines and wrinkles that accelerate with age. Evening primrose oil delivers GLA directly, replacing what time has taken away. Clinical trials show measurable, visible improvements in skin firmness, elasticity, moisture retention, and surface texture in a matter of weeks. But this isn't only about the surface. GLA supports joint health, hormonal balance, cardiovascular function, and brain health at the same time. This is biology correcting a specific, age-related deficiency, and when you give your body exactly what it's missing, the results speak clearly. Number 14. Rosemary, the one NASA studied. Rosmarinus officinalis contains carnosic acid and rosmarinic acid, and these two compounds were compelling enough to draw the attention of space health researchers investigating how to protect astronauts from the accelerated cellular aging that occurs during extended missions. In space, the body is exposed to radiation levels that damage DNA faster than almost any environment on Earth. Cells age at an accelerated rate. The fact that NASA's scientists look toward a common kitchen herb for cellular protection should fundamentally change how you think about what's sitting in your spice rack. Rosemary's compounds cross the blood-brain barrier and protect neurons directly. They improve blood flow to the brain, sharpen cognitive function, and reduce the oxidative damage that builds silently in neural tissue over decades. Anti-inflammatory effects extend to the cardiovascular system, connective tissue, and gene expression throughout the body. It's in every grocery store. Researchers studying space travel studied it. That gap between ordinary and extraordinary is exactly the point. Number 15. Flaxseed. 5,000 years of cultivation. One of the oldest crops in all of recorded human history. And it held its place across every one of those centuries because it consistently delivered. Linum usatissimum brings together three things that aging bodies desperately need. Omega-3 fatty acids that fight the systemic inflammation accelerating biological decay,
lignans that balance hormones and protect DNA from oxidative damage, and fiber that sustains the gut microbiome, which science is increasingly recognizing as one of the most powerful levers we have over how we age. Studies repeatedly link regular flaxseed consumption to longer telomeres, lower markers of cellular aging, and stronger cardiovascular outcomes. All of this from one of the most affordable seeds available anywhere. The most powerful anti-aging interventions are rarely the most expensive ones. Flaxseed proves that every single time. Number 16. Olive leaf and oil. Look at the populations that consistently top global longevity charts, and you'll find olive at the center of their diet. The people of the Mediterranean don't just live longer, they live better for longer, with lower rates of cognitive decline, cardiovascular disease, and age-related deterioration across the board. The polyphenol driving most of this is all-europin. It switches on longevity genes. It preserves mitochondrial function. It reduces cellular senescence. It crosses the blood-brain barrier and actively protects neurons from the oxidative stress that accumulates over a lifetime. For the cardiovascular system, which deteriorates faster with age than almost any other, all-europin maintains arterial flexibility, supports healthy blood pressure, and shields vessel walls from the oxidative damage that makes them rigid and fragile. This is an entire anti-aging protocol contained within a single plant, proven not just in laboratories, but across entire populations, demonstrating the results with every generation. Number 17. Hibiscus. Most people see the deep red and think refreshing tea. What they're actually holding is one of the most anthocyanin-rich plants in existence, the same class of antioxidant compounds that make blueberries remarkable, concentrated in every cup. Those compounds fight oxidative damage at a cellular level that very few plants can match. Research consistently shows hibiscus measurably lowers blood pressure, and blood pressure is one of the clearest windows into how fast your cardiovascular system is aging. Keep the arteries flexible, keep the pressure healthy, and the heart, along with every organ it serves, ages more slowly. The anti-inflammatory profile of hibiscus extends throughout the body, and skin benefits are well documented across collagen protection, UV resistance, and improved texture. Healers across Africa, Southeast Asia, and the Caribbean understood this for centuries. Modern research is now providing the molecular explanation for what those traditions already knew. Number 18. Holy basil. In India, tulsi isn't just a plant, it's considered divine. Grown in temples, tended as something sacred, and when you look at what this plant does inside the human body, the reverence of an entire civilization starts to make perfect sense. Ocimum tenuiflorum is among the most powerful adaptogens ever studied, working simultaneously across physical, chemical, and emotional stress pathways, all three of which, when left unmanaged, accelerate aging at the cellular level. Its bioactive compounds, eugenol, rosmarinic acid, and dozens more collectively reduce cortisol, protect against oxidative damage, and support immune integrity as it naturally declines with age. Studies show it improves insulin sensitivity and blood sugar regulation, both of which are central to how quickly metabolic aging progresses. Cognitive benefits are strong and well documented: improved memory, reduced anxiety, sharper daily mental function. A civilization called it holy for thousands of years. Science is now building the case for exactly why they were right. Number 19. Moringa. Every researcher who spends serious time studying this plant eventually asks the same question out loud. How does one plant do all of this? Moringa oleifera contains over 90 bioavailable nutrients, but the most important compounds for aging are the ones that activate the NRF2 pathway, the master switch that controls your body's internal antioxidant production. When NRF2 is activated, cells ramp up their output of superoxide dismutase, catalase, and glutathione, the enzymes your body uses to defend and repair itself. This is your biology being reminded of how to fight. Anti-inflammatory effects are extensive and thoroughly documented. Blood sugar regulation, liver protection, cardiovascular support, and skin health benefits through both internal use and topical moringa oil, this plant covers the full spectrum. It grows in harsh, unforgiving climates by becoming extraordinarily resilient and nutritionally dense. When that density reaches your cells, it signals something simple and profound. Your body has what it needs to stay strong. Number 20. Dark leafy greens and colorful vegetables. I put this last not because it's the weakest entry on this list, but because it might be the most important one. Look at every population ever studied for longevity. Look at every dietary pattern ever linked to a younger biological age. Look at every piece of long-term research ever produced on healthy aging. They all arrive at the same place. People who eat dark leafy greens and deeply colorful vegetables every day live longer, disease-free lives than those who don't. Spinach, kale, Swiss chard, red bell peppers, beets, carrots. The compounds inside these foods, lutein, zeaxanthin, vitamin K, nitrates, folate, beta-carotene, protect virtually every aging system in the body at the same time. Lutein and zeaxanthin shield the eyes from the macular degeneration that quietly robs so many people of their vision. Vitamin K maintains bone density and prevents the arterial calcification that hardens blood vessels with age. Nitrates convert into nitric oxide inside the body, improving circulation and keeping the cardiovascular system resilient. Folate supports DNA methylation, the process that keeps your genetic expression accurate as your body ages, and research links it directly to longer, more protective telomeres. The colors on your plate aren't decorative. They're biological signals. They translate directly to measurable differences in biological age, disease risk, and how many good years you actually get. The fountain of youth has never been exotic. It's never been expensive. It's been in the produce aisle every single week. We just kept walking past it. Here's the truth I want to leave you with. Aging is not something that simply happens to you. It's a biological process, and every process responds to what you put into it. The plants on this list have been part of the human story for thousands of years, not because ancient healers got lucky, but because real people observed real results across real generations and cared enough to pass that knowledge forward. They didn't have laboratories. They had time and attention. And when modern science finally applies its tools to these plants, it keeps arriving at the same conclusion those healers already reached. Your cells are not passive. They respond, they adapt, they remember what youth feels like. They just need the right inputs to return to it. Start with one plant from this list. 1. Add it with consistency. Watch what happens when your body finally gets what it's been missing. If this gave you something real today, something worth passing on, share it with someone in your life who needs it. Leave a comment and tell me which plant surprised you most. I read all of them. And if you're not subscribed yet, now is the time. Hit that button and the bell because we're just